Now that I think about it, I suppose there's really that much of a secret, yada yada. Elise, do you mind just telling me what you're getting at here? Sorry to spoil things, but I think I've had enough chilling surprises lately. You're talking about what happened with Altina, right? I heard about it from her. I think that she's reflected on her behavior, so try not to stay angry with her for too long, okay? I'll try, of course, but what's going on? Actually, Altina told me about the situation in Ymir. We discovered that they come to an agreement with the Imperial government to have themselves blockaded off. I see. So in exchange for Ymir's safety, no one inside can leave. Of course, that means we can't go back either. Right, remember Chancellor Osborne is an old friend of our father's. He aims to keep your movements in check, of course, but I imagine this must also be coming from a place of kindness. Still, you think we received a letter or even a call? Yes, they must be blocking any outward communications. Even Altina had given up on it. Perhaps, but no communication blockade is without its flaws. Done properly, you should be able to find a blind spot between the interference waves. Tita and Tio were talking about it earlier. Given the state of the spirit veins in the terrain, we may be able to find a gap to exploit. I'll try to get permission from Gaius to look into it. Wow, you definitely have a better handle on this stuff than I do at any rate. But enough of that for now. I don't see any reason not to pitch in. We just need to isolate a location, right? You can tell me what to do. You got it. Thanks for the help, Reen. Elise and Reen began their search for a gap in the interference waves with Rosine and the others' assistance. They then traveled via Valimar to the site their calculations had narrowed down. This is the east side of the Osgiliath Basin. According to the map, Ymir is somewhere beyond these mountains. We should be able to send a communication through a gap in the jamming. The weather's looking good too, this could be our best chance. I'll set up the equipment. It's a military issue, so it should have a decent output. I wish, but never expected to hear from my wayward children. Mom, Dad, I'm so glad you're both alright. I was just about to say the same thing, Reen. Wish I could see your faces in person. Same here. Although in a way, maybe it's for the best you can't see me right now. Reen. Reen? We heard a little about what happened. It sounds like you've been through a lot. The important thing is that you're free now. You even have Elise by your side. No need to get downhearted about anything else. Yeah, so long as you're together, you'll work something out. Make the most of this time. Do some catching up. There's no need to worry about us. Ymir's fine. Gilead is a man of his word. Come to think of it, now would be a good time to tell Elise about what happened 14 years ago. Are you sure? Yeah, you have a right to know. So this is the story about how Reen was abducted by aliens. I didn't think it would work out this smoothly. Can't thank you enough, Elise. Wasn't anything special. Besides, I wanted to talk to Mom and Dad too. Glad I could help, though. I'm grateful to have had a chance to learn why you came into our lives. That's good, I guess. There's a lot I couldn't bring myself to tell you before. You've heard about why my hair and eyes changed, right? Yes, you became the sacrifice that cast this curse over the Empire. Emma told me that much already. She did, huh? Sorry to make you worry. I didn't mean to. Don't trouble yourself too much over it. I'm quite used to it. It's like Mom said, just being here with you is enough. If you ever feel worried or if you're suffering and want to give up, just let me know. I may not be able to fix your problems, but you can come to me anytime. What else is family for? Elise. Thank you. I'm so glad I have you as my sister. A lot of people have touched my life since Dad adopted me 14 years ago. But one of the most fortunate things that ever happened to me is becoming your brother. He really isn't making this easy. Princess Elfin's been trying to push us together for so long, even setting aside her own feelings. Even Mom's trying to get in on it. Alright, kids, you take care of yourselves. Oh, and Elise, I have a little advice for you. A Schwarzer woman must have courage. Better to take a risk than regret missing your chance later.
What Reen is going through right now is scarier than anything I can imagine. And then there's Alphen, and Elisa, and all the others. Even Muse, Yuna, and Altina, too. They're all trying to face their feelings in these dark times. If they can do it, so can I. If I could just find the courage.
Elise? I'm fine, absolutely fine. Come on, we better get back to the ship. Guess you're right, let's get going. Mother should have gave her a bottle of chloroform, just saying. Reno, it was pretty tough there in Aaron, wasn't it? Yeah, your help really saved me back there, Elise. What's that? You mean this? My jacket. Now that I think back, I did have you hang on to it for me, didn't I? But it was so ratty and tattered then. How did... Well, I've actually been patching it up little by little in my free time. Still have to put the finishing touches on it, so you'll have to wait just a little longer, okay? Is that right? Thanks a lot, Elise. You just keep taking care of me, don't you? Your siblings, that's an unspoken agreement, right? Well, when will we be leaving for Crossbell? I should be able to finish it up if we still have a bit of time left before our departure. If we have some time left, huh? Things are going to be getting more intense soon. I mean, you mentioned finishing it up, but the jacket's already pretty much done, right? What do you have left? The belt? Buckle? Something like that? Well, the truth is I made a request for something to some certain individuals. Considering your circumstances, you could say that's something that would be best to have. If I had known things would turn out like this, I would have just taken it to them. Pretty lost here, Elise. Do you mean you need to go to the surface and visit someone or something? That's not even a question. Shall we head for Valimar? Wouldn't now be a good time? Everyone else is resting at the moment. That's true, but I need to mentally prepare myself for handing this over. No, now would actually be a good time. Would you mind taking us down, Valimar? Ree and Elise went down to the surface and headed to a certain location. Surprisingly, they went to... Wow, so your urgent business was in Aaron? Just when did you get here anyway? I've come down here on occasion to take care of things while you've been away. Thank you both for your help earlier. It would appear that you finished everything then. Let me take a look. Here it is. It's beautiful. This is splendid. I can see the passion in every stitch. You flatter me. It isn't much, really. It's really impressive. Looks picture perfect to me. Just wait until you're wearing it. She really poured her heart into it. It'd be a shame if it got torn up like before, no? Oh. When she resolved to sew it, I gave her a special thread to use, and now we'll be infusing it with magic. Sigyn and Rose, I need your help. Of course. Leave it to us. There we go. Definitely feels as comfortable as before. Maybe more so, actually. You're just saying that. No, he's right. It's really obvious how much love you poured into it. My word, despite all the misfortune that follows you around, Reen, you certainly are a lucky man. That coat should now just be as strong as the black outfit we made. No matter how wild the curse runs, this should be able to stymie its effects. If you want to show your appreciation, wear it often and with pride. Yes, ma'am. I honestly have no idea how to begin thanking you all. Thank you so much, Miss Dahlia, Sigyn, and Roselia. It really means a lot. Well, you're welcome. But you did the lion's share of the work, my dear. Hey, quick question. Why did Dahlia get a nice miss before her name, but I'm just plain old Roselia, Oh, I didn't mean... She does have more of a wise old lady vibe than Rose does. That's enough from the peanut gallery. I was about to say that better not be it. We're using a freaking bonding point for this, after all. Thank you, Elise. I really appreciate this. I'll treat it extra carefully. I'd hate to damage it after all the effort that went in. I'm just glad it means so much to you, but you don't need to be that delicate. I'll always be there to mend it for you. But I will say an all-black ensemble, really all-black ensemble, will suit your current hair color much more right now. You think so? Well, I'm not exactly striving to be a fashion icon. I imagine people think I'm already showy enough. Don't be silly. There's nothing wrong with dressing well. And you have to keep all your wardrobe in shape. You have me to keep your wardrobe in shape. Just say the word and I'll get to stitching. Yeah, for sure. Elise's die-hard aesthetic sense is a little concerning. Back to the ship, then. It's just about time to start heading towards Crossbell. Something the matter? I promised myself that after giving you this jacket, I'd finally gather up my courage. But I'd planned to hand it over a little later than this. Courage? What do you mean? It's been such a long time since we first met. For quite a bit of it, I really thought you were my biological brother. But as I grew a little older, I eventually understood that you were adopted into the family. Looking back, I realized just how cold I was to you for a time. Now that you mention it, when you started at staying astride, as you began keeping your distance, it really took me by surprise. I know, I just wasn't able to manage my emotions at that age. They were so overpowering. I was worried that I might blurt out something that can't be unsaid, so I kept you at arm's length. I'm sorry, Reen, for hurting your feelings while I was so focused on protecting mine. There's no need for apologies, Elise. We were a lot younger then. Wait a second, what do you mean by blurting out something that can't be unsaid?
You're my family. My brother. I love you, Reen, but there's more to it than just that.
You've already been through 2 rivalries, and your life is still in danger from one moment to the next. Aryan Road awaits you in Crossbell. You'll eventually have to face Prince Cedric, Rufus, Chancellor Osborne. I worry so much about you, Reen. Sometimes I don't think I can even take it, but we're together right now. When I realized I might lose you any day, I decided that my fears about telling you the truth paled in comparison. Elise?
I love you, Reen. As more than just your sister. I've fallen for you in every way I can. Perhaps it started the very first day we met.
This isn't a joke, is it? Of course it isn't. Do you think I'd say something like that as a joke? No, I was just making sure. No, I was teasing you there. Come on, Reen, we better hurry. We better get back to the ship. Hold on, Elise. It wasn't easy for you to come out with that, but now that you've confessed your love to me, you're just going to act like nothing happened? Weren't you expecting some sort of response from me? I didn't bring this up because I was looking for an answer out of you. I just thought it'd be nice to share my feelings with you, even if nothing comes of it. I don't want to have any regrets, and you should act in a way that won't leave you with any either. What I want for you is to never give up on yourself, and to follow your heart with who you choose to love rather than be led by guilt. Oh. Thank you, Elise. I'm still not sure how I would feel, to be honest. It's going to take some time for me to process what you shared. But your message has pierced deep. That's all I can ask for. Reen returned to the ship with Elise, slowly digesting what she told him. He changed back into his black clothing from before in order to keep his newly mended jacket in pristine shape. Oh, we got the original hair color back.
Reen!
No need to rush, Elise. I'm not going anywhere.
Not going anywhere? I was afraid you'd be gone already. I mean, don't you already have someone else to meet?
Not at all, honestly. At first, I hesitated to call, but in the end, I knew I had to go through with it. You were honest with me, so now I have to be honest with you more than anything.
I'm ready for your answer. Whatever it is, all I want is the truth.
Of course, I'll give you no less. You'll always be my little sister. That much will never change. 14 years ago when we first met, you looked at me with those innocent eyes of yours. Even though I'd lost my memory at that moment, I vowed to protect you my whole life. You're my one and only sister. It fell to me to make sure you were happy above all else.
Thank you. I understand. You don't need to say any more.
I wasn't finished. Once you told me how you felt, my whole world spun. I didn't know how to react. But still, I was happy. That much I knew for sure.
What do you...
I'm the sacrifice, Elise. We don't know what'll happen to me after tomorrow's battle. You know that as well as I do. More than anything, I want you to be with someone who makes you happy. The more I thought about it, the more I wondered if I would even be the best person for you. Even before all this, I'd always resented my own weakness, as a swordsman, as an instructor, and as a man. Honestly, I find it kind of appalling how lost I got in my own self-loathing. So now I just don't know what to do.
Oh, Reen!
Whoa, didn't you hear anything I just said?
I don't care. That you even considered it is more than I could ever have hoped for. It's like you said, There's no need to rush. As long as you know how I feel, that's more than enough for me. It's so beautiful.
It sure is. We have a lot to talk about tonight. About Mom and Dad and Ymir. And where we go from here.
Of course.
Family ties unlocked.